Today, I'm going to make a case as to why I believe lifting less can actually build more muscle. I'm going to dive into the whole nuance of the science behind minimalist training and why it's so effective at getting strong, building muscle, and achieving a great physique. So, what if I told you that lifting less, fewer sets, fewer exercises, select exercises, precise exercises, and overall fewer gym hours could actually help you build more muscle? That probably sounds crazy, but there's actual science to back it up. And today I'm going to be talking about that. So let's dive right into it. Minimalist training essentially just means that we are focusing only on the most effective movements that are going to actually generate the maximal amount of results, and at the same time optimizing for recovery, because at the end of the day you can only grow and adapt from what you're recovering from. Now, the problem here is in the fitness world, in the fitness culture, the whole orientation is that more is always better. And I'm here to challenge that. More isn't always better when it comes to getting results with regards to building muscle and gaining strength in the gym and seeing overall progress, okay? Because you are most likely to stick to whatever you're doing when you are seeing progress. That's my strong belief. And so many lifters and many fitness coaches and fitness enthusiasts are of the opinion that more volume equals more gains when it comes to training. But that's false in my opinion. When you do more volume, there's the likelihood of developing the CNS fatigue. I've talked about it elaborately on this channel, which is the nervous system burnout. So you'd realize that your nervous system is not even able to be efficient with the amount of power that it's able to generate in your workouts. Your nervous system is tired and it's fatigued. And as such, you would actually start to realize that you are regressing in your workout on a week-to-week basis. You would notice that your numbers are dwindling down, or even if you hit your numbers, the rate of perceived exertion is just way higher. For example, if you're used to hitting a 225 bench press for 5 reps, you would notice that you might still be able to hit it for 5 reps, but that 5th rep, the strain is just too much as compared to when you are fresh, as compared to when you're recovered. And so the whole idea of more volume, more sets, more reps, and more exercises compounding all together like that, in order to instigate muscle growth and strength development, is just false, because you would see things like impaired recovery, the muscle breakdown, the wear and tear on the joint, the tendons, and the ligament is also going to be something that you're going to have to battle with. You would realize that your muscles are in almost a constant state of breakdown and trying to repair and all of that. Your day-to-day life will suck because you'll be groggy and you'll be fatigued and you'll basically be dragging your feet. And then you get to the point of diminishing returns, which is what I talked about. All that extra volume doesn't necessarily translate into extra growth. And there's this whole concept that's coming out that's being talked about by fitness influencer JeffNippard, where he's talking about junk volume, the concept of junk volume. Junk volume is just basically doing unnecessary sets that just add way more fatigue than necessary without the extra benefit of neural adaptation, without the extra benefit of muscle tissue gain, okay, and development. And so more is not always better. Now let's dive into the actual science behind, lifting less and minimalist training. Now, studies are basically showing that 3 to 5 very high quality sets taken close to failure with precision and proper selection of the exercises, per session, can actually be just as effective, if not more effective, as doing 10 plus sets per session when taken close to failure. And so ultimately what we are being pointed to is the fact that the key here is the intensity and the focus on progressive overload at the end of the day, not just doing more work. Okay, not just doing more work. The intensity and the focus and precision and the fixation on progressive overload is actually what is going to get you the results. And that's me feeling myself here. I've been getting pretty damn jacked. I'm probably around 190 pounds at 5'10". So yeah. So I would like for you to ruminate on this example I'm going to give. What do you think is going to be more effective for stimulating strength gains, neural adaptations, and muscle gains? A well-executed 3 sets of barbell squats or hack squats, or 10 or 15, abysmal sets of the leg press or leg extensions. Okay, ponder on that. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you think that 3 properly executed sets of the barbell squat or the hack squat, okay, leaving about 1 to 2 reps max reps in reserve, okay, versus doing 10 sets of leg press or some leg extensions or some leg curls or something like that, which do you think is going to be more effective or efficient at getting you gains, okay, building those quads, getting your squatting strength up? I bet you would agree with me that the 3 properly executed sets is going to be way better than the latter. And that is because you're going to pour so much focus and precision in those sets. Because mentally, you already know you just have 3 top sets to execute and you're done. And so the focus, the intensity, the precision, you're just going to be dialed in and locked in to kill and execute those sets the way you're supposed to. As compared to 10 abysmal sets, if you're supposed to do 10 sets, that's going to be a drag. You're going to have to do, and psychologically, you're going to leave your effort behind. You're not going to want to exert yourself in the beginning. So probably the first 5 to 6 sets are not going to be even intense, which means junk volume, as I talked about earlier on. You're not going to actually benefit from those sets, except from just maybe teaching yourself exercise execution. Okay, maybe you're just trying to get yourself to adapt to the pattern, which is a totally different topic altogether with regards to strength development and all of that. Okay, doing submaximal sets, it's a different world altogether. I could do a video on that later on. But if the focus is on muscle building and making gains in less time, the minimalist approach is what I preach. Now let's dive into what I call the minimalist training formula. Okay, step 1, focus on compound lifts. Okay, pick 4 compound lifts for each main body part and stick to those movements for a very, very long period of time. If you watch my videos on my channel, you would notice that I've been doing virtually the same exercises over the course of time that I've been posting, and I've not been posting for so long. In order to get as efficient and as explosive and basically develop mastery over the movements that you see me perform today, it's taken years of consistent training and repetition. I've been doing it for years. And so you pick a few movements, 3 to 5 compound lifts, and you stick to them and become a master at them, develop mastery at these exercises. For me, it's mostly the barbell squat, the flat barbell bench press, and also make sure that you enjoy these exercises. Pick compound lifts that you enjoy. For me, it's the barbell bench press, the barbell squat, dumbbell overhead press or standing overhead press, a pull-up variation or some kind of row variation. Okay, this is what I love to train with. These are my compound lifts. Now, step 2 is to train close to failure. I always talk about the fact that you should leave 1 to 2 reps in reserve to avoid nervous system burnout. So if you're doing 3 sets per lift, make sure that the focus is dialed in and you are hyper fixated on getting 1 more rep or beating your rep from the previous week or the previous 2 weeks, depending on the progression method you are using. Try to progress in at least 1 set. It could be 5 pounds added. It could be 2.5 pounds if you're very advanced. It could be 1 more rep. Okay, it could be that you're slowing down the cadence, you're pausing the reps. Point being that you should dial the intensity in and be laser focused on progressive overload. Next step, which is step 3, is to prioritize recovery. Okay, your sleep, your nutrition, the amount of protein and carbohydrates and fats you're getting, very important, especially when you're natural. Your sleep, okay, 7 to 8 hours per night is good. Some people can function on 6 hours. I personally sleep for 6 to 7 hours most nights, and that's fine. I'm able to recover, I'm able to get strong. And that's it, essentially. Active recovery. Okay, go for walks, get your step count in 10 to 12,000 steps per day. That's sufficient, okay, for maintenance. If you're trying to chase aggressive fat loss, you could do 20,000 steps. Okay, you could do 15 to 20,000 steps. That way, if you dial your calories in and you ramp up your activity like that, you're going to get lean quick. Essentially, that right there is the formula for the minimalist training routine. Now, some real world examples, okay, of people who have applied these principles are people like Dorian Yates, okay, who propagated the high intensity training style, and Mentzer, whose philosophies have been percolating through the fitness industry in recent times. Okay, it's heavy duty philosophy. Now, I wouldn't particularly prescribe this for the natural trainee, the natural lifter, because these guys were going balls to the wall, training literally to failure and beyond. They were advanced bodybuilders, Mr. Olympia competitors. Now, you and I are probably not. If you're watching this channel, you're probably not a Mr. Olympia competitor of any sort, or probably not even a bodybuilder. I am not a bodybuilder. So we don't particularly need to push the boundaries that much. Recovery is going to, is going to take a nosedive, and you realize that you would actually struggle to progress with your training. Because if you're natural, these guys were on anabolics. They were clearly known to be on anabolics. They stated it themselves, okay? And so if you're not on these drugs or these enhancements, for lack of a better word, you probably should stick to going just shy of failure, not training to failure and beyond and doing so many assisted reps and all of that. It's probably not going to stimulate any further growth. If you're natural, stick to the basics, ride the wave long term, and you're going to get the best results possible naturally. So essentially, to recap everything we've talked about today, the whole idea is to lift smarter, not longer. Okay, minimalist training actually leads to better gains, in my opinion. And so I would like to challenge you guys to actually try to cut your workout volume in half for just a month while increasing the intensity of your workout, and let's see what happens. Try cutting your volume in half, focusing on intensity and dialing in that laser focus during your workout to ensure that you're progressing. And then 30 days from now, come back to this very video and leave a comment letting me know how that worked for you. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.